Hello viewers. Our today's topic is human reproductive system. Before we discuss it in detail, we have to understand that what is reproductive system. Reproduction is a biological process by which an individual multiplies in number by producing more individuals or offsprings of its own type. The basic features of reproduction includes synthesis of RNA and protein, replication of DNA, cell division, formation of reproductive units or bodies, and last one is development of reproductive units into young ones. In case of human reproductive system, contains primary sex organs, secondary sex organs, and accessory sex organs or characters. Primary sex organs are those which produce gametes and hormones. Secondary sex organs are those which participate in reproduction but do not form gametes. Accessory sex organs or characters which distinguish the two sexes in appearance. In case of male, the primary sex organ is testis and the secondary sex organs are epididymis, vas deferens, ejaculatory duct, urethra, seminal vesicle, prostate gland, Cowper's gland, and penis. And the accessory or external sex characters are low pitch voice, development of muscle, beard and mustache formation, broad shoulder, and narrow hips. In case of female, the primary sex organ is ovary and the secondary sex organs are fallopian tube, that is oviduct, uterus, vagina, external genitalia or Bartholin gland, and most important, mammary gland. In case of female, the accessory or external sex characters are high pitched voice, smooth face, shiny skin, narrow shoulder, broad hips. Pubic hair is common in both male and female accessory sex character. Now we have to understand three terms. Which are they? First one is puberty. Puberty means first appearance of pubic hair in pelvic region, both male and female. Thelarchy. Thelarchy means breast development of girls at the adolescence period. Now what is adolescence period? Adolescence period means the period between young age and adult age. In case of female, the adolescence period started from 9 to 14 years. And in case of male, the adolescence period started from 12 years and ended up to 15 years. In this period, reproductive organs of human body is fully developed and prepared to reproduce the offspring. Next one is adrenarche. Adrenarche means secretion of androgen from adrenal gland at adolescence period. Friends, adolescence period contain androgen both in male and female, but androgen is a male hormone basically, but it's secreted from both male body and female body. Here is the three terms: puberty, thelarchy, and adrenarche. Now we focus on male reproductive system. Here is the diagrammatic view of male reproductive system. First, primary sex organ, that is testis. It is testis. Then epididymis. This structure is epididymis. After that, vas deferens. This tube-like longitudinal structure is vas deferens. It is here meet up with ejaculatory duct. This is ureter, which comes from the excretory organ, that is from kidney. This is urinary bladder. They are not part of male reproductive system, but they are associated with male reproductive system. This is seminal vesicle, which comes to prostate gland. After that, it comes to bulbourethral gland. It is also known as Cowper gland, and after that, penis. So, the primary sex organ of male is testis. Secondary consists epididymis, vas deferens, seminiferous tubule, seminal vesicle, prostate gland, bulbourethral gland or Cowper's gland, urethra, and testis. Now we have to understand first the structure of testis. This is the sectional view of male testis. Testis is oval in shape and 70 to 20 gram in weight. Each testis is covered with 3 layers. Outer layer is known as tunica vaginalis. After that, tunica albuginea, and the inner layer is known as tunica vasculosa. This tunica vaginalis layer is folded again and derived some chambers. These chambers contains seminiferous tubule. These are seminiferous tubules. Through these seminiferous tubules, they are fused together and form retitestis. This retitestis is further developed and form epididymis. So, the testis is with 3 layers. Outer layer is tunica vaginalis, means this layer. After that, tunica albuginea, and after that, tunica vasculosa. The inner layer, tunica albuginea, is folded further and derived some chambers. These chambers contain seminiferous tubule. These are seminiferous tubules. These seminiferous tubules are fused together and form retitestis. This retitestis again coiled much more and form epididymis structure. This is the structure of testis. Testis is covered outside the abdominal cavity in a thin pouch which is called scrotum. Temperature of scrotum is always 2 degrees centigrade below the body temperature. Our body temperature is generally 37 degrees centigrade. So our testis temperature is 35 to 33 degrees centigrade. Testis contain 1 to 5 seminiferous tubules, which are embedded in loose connective tissue. These are loose connective tissue in which Leydig cell is present. From this Leydig cell, testosterone hormone is secreted, and from the Sertoli cell, the hormone inhibin is secreted. There are 2 disorders of male reproductive system. One is cryptorchidism and another one is monarchism. Cryptorchidism means if any cause happen when the testis doesn't come to scrotum, either of it belongs to the body cavity, then it is known as cryptorchidism. In this case, testosterone is not secreted from the testes. So, primary and secondary sex characters are disturbed. Sperm is not generated, but secondary sex characters are evolved. Another term is monarchism. Monarchism means one testis comes to scrotum, but another testis again deprived into the body cavity. So one testis is functional and another testis is non-functional. That is monarchism. After that we come to scrotum. Scrotum is the outer layer of the testis in which testis is situated. This scrotum is contain 7 coatings. First one is skin, next one is tunica dartos, third one is external spermatic fossa, fourth one cremasteric fossa, fifth one internal spermatic fossa. After that tunica vaginalis layer comes. Tunica vaginalis is further divided into visceral and parietal layer. In between visceral layer and parietal layer, there is a liquid which is known as hydroxylic liquid, which helps the testis to give security the testis from the outer environment. Scrotum is attached with pelvic girdle through spermatic cord by inguinal canal. After that we comes to epididymis. Epididymis is generally 6 meter long. This is epididymis. Epididymis is 6 meter long and it is distinguished into 3 types or 3 layers. First one is caput epididymis, means head epididymis. This area is known as caput epididymis. After that, corpus epididymis means body structure. This is corpus epididymis. After this, cauda epididymis mean tail region. This is the epididymis structure of secondary sex organ. The function of epididymis is it stores sperms prior to ejaculation and contributes to seminal fluid for nourishing sperms and providing them motility. This is the structure of epididymis and testis, and also the structure of scrotum in which testis is situated. After that we come to the structure of vas deferens. The other structures of male reproductive system, we understand it from this diagram. After that, vas deferens means this area. This is testis, this is epididymis. Epididymis is further goes to this longitudinal tube, that is vas deferens. Now what is the function of vas deferens? They conduct sperms. Vas deferens length is generally 4.5 centimeter. They conduct sperm. After that, spermatic cord. This is spermatic cord, through which testis is cling into the scrotum cavity. After that, seminal vesicle. This is seminal vesicle. Seminal vesicle is 5 centimeter long and generally pyramidal in shape. Seminal vesicle doesn't collect the spermatozoa, means the sperm, but it reacts as the activator of sperm. It secretes a viscous fluid which is generally basic in nature, which constitute the main part of ejaculation. Seminal fluid also contain fructose as a source of energy which provide nourishment for the activity of sperm, citric acid and prostaglandin hormone. So this yellow structure is the structure of seminal vesicle. It activates the sperm action. It comes to ejaculatory duct. Here, this is ejaculatory duct, generally 2 centimeter long. This is ejaculatory duct, which aids in the emission of seminal fluid. Means seminal fluid derived here, then it comes to ejaculatory duct. After that, prostate gland. This area is prostate gland. It contributes an alkaline component to the seminal fluid for sperm motility. It helps the sperms to become active and counteracts any adverse effect urine may have on the sperms. It also provides a characteristic odor to the seminal fluid. After that, Cowper's gland or bulbourethral gland. They are same. Cowper's gland and bulbourethral glands are the same. It secretes a clear viscous mucus which is lubricating in function. After that, they are commonly formed a structure that is penis. Penis is a cylindrical and highly vascularized ovulatory organ. The tip of the penis is known as glans penis. Here, the tip or head part of the penis is known as glans penis. The penis contains 3 cylindrical strands of erectile tissue, 2 corpora cavernosa and 1 corpora spongiosum. The inner layer of penis, means this area, is corpora spongiosum. Not this yellow area. This is ejaculatory duct or urinogenital duct. Beside this pink color structure is corpora spongiosum, and this area is corpora cavernosa, which contains the urethra. During sexual excitement, the elastic cavernosa spaces becomes filled with blood, means this area is filled with blood, which then compresses the penile vein through the center of the body of the penis. Since no blood flows out of the penis, it becomes enlarged and erect. So here is the diagrammatic view of male reproductive system. This is the side view of male reproductive organ. Here, pelvic region means waist region of the body. This is penis. The head of the penis is glans penis. Before that, in scrotum sac, testis is situated. This is testis. This is epididymis, through which vas deferens is generated. Vas deferens is meeting here, that is prostate gland. It is prostate gland. Seminiferous tubule derived here. This is bulbourethral gland or Cowper's gland, which is again meets to urinogenital duct. This is the side view of male reproductive system. This is the internal structure of penis. As we said before, this is corpora cavernosa. This is corpora spongiosum. And this is glans penis. Through penis, urinogenital tube is ejaculated. Penis is of three distinguished parts. This is the root of penis. This is known as body of penis, and this is glans penis or tip of penis. Penis is covered with a skin which is known as foreskin or prepuce. Prepuce, that is prepuce. And through penis, urethra means urine genital duct is ejaculated. Through penis, semen is secreted. Now, what is semen? Semen is a viscous white sperm content fluid which is secreted from the male body at the time of copulation. The pH of semen is 7.3 to 7.5, means it is basic in nature. The amount of semen per ejaculation is 3 to 4 ml, which contain 80 to 100 million sperms at a time. The components of semen is 90% seminal fluid and 10% sperm. In semen, fructose is present, and also fibrinogen, that is protein, calcium bicarbonate, and prostaglandin hormone is present. Prostaglandin hormone helps in fertilization, and calcium carbonate is also help in fertilization. We found that after rape, omen is undertaken in observation for sexual diagnosis. After rape, in female vaginal area, if contained with fructose, then it is confirmed that the girl or the woman is raped by a man, because fructose is only present in sperm. It is not present in any fluid found in the body. So from this, it is proved that the girl or woman is raped or not. The derivation of sperm in the male reproductive system or testis is known as spermatogenesis, in which testosterone is the helping hormone which is secreted from the interstitial cell of lady. The male reproductive system is controlled by some hormones. Which are they? They are gonadotropic releasing hormone, ICH, interstitial cell stimulating hormone, LH, luteinizing hormone, and FSH means follicle stimulating hormone. From the hypothalamus, GnRH means gonadotropin releasing hormone sensitized the anterior pituitary. Then the anterior pituitary secrete LH hormone and FSH hormone. This LH hormone secrete testosterone from the Leydig cell, and the FSH hormone secrete inhibin from the Sertoli cells, which facilitate the spermatogenesis. So two hormones are main secretion, LH and FSH. You have to remind the full form of the all hormones. LH means luteinizing hormone and FSH means follicle stimulating hormone. Testosterone hormone is helps to release the secretion of sperm. But the FSH secreted inhibin release the androgen binding protein. This androgen binding protein concentrated the testosterone hormone and inhibit the secretion of FSH. So from hypothalamus, anterior pituitary is excited, through which LH and FSH is released. From LH, testosterone is released from the Leydig cell, and from the FSH, inhibin is released. Testosterone helps to release the male reproductive spore, that is gamete, and the inhibin inhibit the function of FSH, which also secrete the androgen binding protein, through which the testosterone is concentrated. There are different types of disorders in male reproductive system. Which are they? First one is benign prostatic hypertrophy, means the enlargement of prostate. That's why urine ejaculation is so much tough. After that, prostate cancer. The enlargement of prostate gland causes malignant cell formation, so prostate cancer is evolved. After that, sterility means the inactiveness of sperm, or sperm is not capable to fertilize the ova. After that, hydrocele. Hydrocele means the fluid between the tunica vaginalis. If excess, then the cause is hydrocele. And another one is inguinal hernia, means inguinal canal tissue is destructed. That's why inflammation occurred there. This is called as inguinal hernia. If this hernia is contaminated to scrotum area, then it is known as scrotal hernia. This is the male reproductive system, the function of male reproductive system, and the disorders of male reproductive system. In the next class, we comes to female reproductive system in detail. For today, here it is. Thank you. See you in the next session.